Hey everyone, Chris here, and today I'm going to show you something really insane. So before we've done videos on how we can use Chat GPT and Grok and others to generate models for us using GenFA, but today I'm going to use the agent and fire up a virtual desktop within ChatGPT's agent features, teach it about this new web modeling tool that I've developed specifically for AI use, and what you see on the screen there are instructions specifically for LLMs on how to use this web platform as a modeling tool so they can create content and then visualize it. So they're going to use computer vision and then draw some stuff for us. And what I've done here is said, read the instructions on how my web modeler tool works, then tell me that you understand. And you can see the summary there. It understands. Then I'm going to say, all right, here is a PDF that I've created with some views, plan views, elevation views, and side views in Revit. Just a very basic structure. We'll start with something simple. And then I've uploaded that to the chat, and I told it to analyze this and look at it and tell me whether it understands what's going on in this basic model. And it's thinking, and once it's done, you'll see it says, okay, I've got it. I can see there's a grid. I can see some levels, and I can see some member sizes. It's counting 9 there and a bunch of other stuff. And then I said, okay, I want you to now, before we start firing up the agent with the virtual desktop, I want you to output the nodes in a table and just plug it into my web tool that you see here on the screen. It uses the same format as GenFA, and we just paste those nodes in there and see if it's going to work. Because the way I've set up the web tool is that it expects input of nodes, whether you model it in or paste it in, just like GenFA, and then you connect them with Beam elements. But I want the AI to do it, but also to be able to see visually and validate whether the model is correct. So here we go. You can see it's firing up the desktop. We can see it in action in GPT. So I've got a GPT Plus account. It's not a Pro one. But you can see it's accessed my web page there with the web tool successfully, which is really exciting. It's now typing data into the first cell. It should just paste it in there, and there it goes. It pasted it in. It can actually visually see the nodes created, so it can do a visual confirmation of what's going on. And now you'll notice it's trying to go to the frames tab. Oh, first it's actually generating the frames data. Then it tries to access the frames table within my tool. It's not that difficult, but it seems for some reason to struggle a bit to access it. But finally, it gets it. And then it's going to enter the data of the beam elements that are connected by the nodes. And boom, there it goes. Everything connects just like that. And then I've built in an export CSV button. It downloads multiple CSVs. So ChatGPT is asking me to take control and allow the process. I take control, I allow the download, and then I hand it back. And that's what you see happening here. And it's saying, okay, it's got the CSVs. It's now going to write a little bit of scripts in its environment that it's in to access that data. And then it's going to produce the CSV outputs for me right here in the chat. So you can see it actually happening there. It's syncing the nodes and the frame files. It actually also generated a groups file for GenFA, which it didn't output here. I should have asked for it, but it doesn't matter. It did the bulk of the work. So you can see it's exported the nodes CSV, and I'll download the frames CSV as well. And then we'll fire up GenFA. In here, we'll just start a blank project, and I'll very quickly just add some materials and some sections to assign to it. My tool doesn't assign those yet. It just creates the groups and the geometrical elements because it's so easy to just plug that into GenFA and quickly set it up. So we bring in the nodes, we update the model. We can see, great, that looks pretty good. That's what it's supposed to look like. A bunch of errors because there's lots of stuff missing in this model, but that's to be expected. We'll add them soon. And then we'll do the same for the frames. So I bring in the frame CSV that ChatGPT created by using my web tool that I've provided access to. We'll reassign the sections. Mine by default just calls them all UV180s. I'll fix my web tool later to do more stuff. But for now, it does that. In GenFA, we then clean up the nodes, discretize the elements, renumber stuff, fix the beam orientations, which is all the things that GenFA can do. And we update the model, and there we go. Fantastic. All done autonomously by an agent taking control of a computer. That's amazing.